Okay. Uh, so it's been a little bit. Um, it's been about 2 weeks since I've done a video, and things have been crazy. So, after my foot incident, or whatever, I think that was the last thing that we talked about. So that's healed. I'm fine. Walking around just fine. Super drama queen, as always. Um, but then a lot of things happened in rapid succession, and it caused a pretty intense depressive state for me for a little while. I'd taken a few days off of work. We lost our grandmother because of COVID. My sister tested positive for COVID. My parents, um, cousins, it was everywhere. My son's extended family. I had to be separated from my son for a few weeks. It was really bad. My grades were released for this semester, and they weren't what I thought they were going to be. I ended with a 3.2 for the semester, which I really prefer like a 4.0. I mean, who doesn't? But I was a little disappointed. I definitely had tapered at the end of the semester, and I definitely did not put in, the level of effort that I usually do. But I have a lot of things going on, and it's okay. Like I'm not letting it eat me alive like I normally would. I went back to therapy. I started seeing a counselor again for mostly, grief counseling too, but to deal with some of the things like the perfectionism um, and some self-esteem stuff that I've been working with. And I've noticed that as the weight comes off, which we are at 20 pounds lost, by the way, as the weight comes off, some things are bubbling up that I had packed away and put away for like a long time. And I seem to be really sensitive to the things that are happening around me right now. Um, my son is struggling a little with virtual school, and we were able to make the realization that as parents, as adults, um, we should have been more thorough with our checking up, and I'm disappointed in myself because I didn't hawk, and I thought I was doing him a favor by not hawking over him. And I don't know, I still don't know the answer. I don't know if I'm supposed to be more proactive or if I'm supposed to let him make his mistakes and learn from them. My parents were very hawky. They were very here, and it was, have you done this? Have you done this? Have you completed this? What's your grade on this? How are you doing here? Please don't forget you have a test tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Whereas I actually was more successful as a college student, making my own ambition. He's a preteen, and they don't naturally come across ambition. It's something that's learned and nourished. So I know that, I'm sure there's a lot of parents of teen children out there right now who are super struggling, and we have to work, and they're virtual, and their whole worlds are upside down just like ours, and everybody's struggling. I haven't met anyone in the last couple of weeks that hasn't looked at me like, when I ask them, how are you doing? My coworkers are taxed. We are all at our absolute end. It is everywhere, and it's scary. And with the vaccines coming out, everybody's freaking out. And I don't want to turn this into like a COVID thing. It's just that's the biggest thing in front of me right now. And I mean, I work in healthcare, so it's in my face 24/7. I cannot tell you how many times a day people ask me how many people have touched this pen, how many people with COVID have been at your desk, and I can't get away from it, and I can't get away from it at home, and the stress is insurmountable. It is so much, and it took my bereavement time at work when our grandmother passed, and I was kind of up in the air about it. I wasn't going to take it. We're really short-staffed right now, and I had spoken to a few trusted coworkers who had told me, like, take your time, like, you're entitled that time. Take your time, have a grieving process. You don't have to grieve at work. This place is still going to run if you're here or if you're not. Like, you need to take care of you. So that's what I did, and I took my time, and it was tough. We were able to get everything done that needed to be done, and I was able to attend they're not really services because COVID, but the burial. I was able to go and take the time off to do that, and be with my siblings and my parents, of course. And it was weird. We canceled Thanksgiving. I've canceled the Christmas get together for my portion. I will not be attending. My paranoia is getting the best of me, which I understand that maybe I should be making less rash decisions, but I'm terrified. And I don't think that I would die if I were sick, but I don't know who I would give it to. Some of my coworkers are fragile, and they have fragile people at home. And I know that my parents have already had it, and they were the ones I was most concerned about. But, my nephews are small, and they probably would be perfectly healthy, but I just couldn't stand the guilt of making them sick if I had a choice to not. And I feel like staying home and being virtual is the choice to not right now. Who knows? Maybe it'll get better, and maybe it'll get worse. I don't know. And thinking about it and obsessing about it is going to make me crazy. Or, it's snowing now, which is another great source of anxiety and paranoia for me. We had our first, drive to work in yucky weather episode yesterday, and let me tell you, yesterday I couldn't have wrote a better book about yesterday. It was insane. I left super early to give myself plenty of time. I am a little skittish. I do drive pretty slow, and those of you who know me or have had the pleasure, it's pretty fun. My Jeep is very old, and my tires aren't fantastic, but they aren't bad. They aren't bald. But I had some trouble getting some traction, and an older gentleman was unable to stop behind me and hit my car, which there was no damage, and it was just, he just kind of like a little love tap, and he was like, "Are you okay?" "I'm okay, I'm all right." And I went on, shaken, but I went, and I might have slowed down probably even more after that, and then I actually got pulled over for that and was chastised for driving so slow. I was driving like 15, maybe 10, but it was like in a 30-mile-an-hour zone, and I couldn't stay straight. I couldn't even touch my brake pedal without sliding all over the place. So it was scary, and he told me that I needed to call into work if I couldn't drive. And I tried to explain to him that the shift that I have, the shift I was working, that there isn't another person. Like, I am the morning, like, beginner person. I'm the first person there, the only person there, until like an hour after we're open. And he said, deal with it. Like, you can't drive this slow or you're going to cause an accident. And I said, if I drive any faster, I'm going to get in an accident. Like, he didn't want to deal with it, whatever. I'm going to sneeze 1 second. Ooh, sorry. Yeah, so he was not pleasant. He did write me tickets for my inspection and my registration, which they are both expired, and I can't get in anywhere at this time. So he did give me until January to get them. I could send in proof of that I've received those stickers, and then of course it would be a non-issue. So that's a bummer. There's just so many things going on, and then during my week off of work, I am adjusting very well to my medication. I am no longer nauseous. I am eating. I can eat whatever I want, whenever I want, and I have plateaued because in my depression, I was unable to control myself, which is why we're here in the first place. And I did binge a lot, and I gained 4 pounds, so that put my 20 lost at 16. So I did get permission from my doctor to up my medication, go up to the next level. And we had discussed that between weeks 4 and 6, it's probably where I'm in a plateau. So it should be about around the 20-pound mark, which is where we are. So I'm a little nervous about the new dose, which I'm doing tonight, which is essentially doubled. I was at 0.25. I will be doing 0.5 now. I'm a little anxious about that. I don't know, side effect wise. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to feel gross, and I certainly don't want to have any adverse reactions. So I am a little anxious about that. But this is the purpose of the medicine, and I was initially very disappointed with myself for backsliding. But I was grieving, and I was having a moment. I was having a good look around at my life, and I was taking some good inventory and making some serious decisions about, my mental health. And it's okay that I made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's not the end of it. Like, I didn't ruin it. I can still just pick up today and do better today. And if I do that every day when I wake up and just be better than I was the day before, that's only progress. So that's the mindset that I'm trying to bring with me every day. And I was asked to remember that there's a difference between being selfish and self-care, which I'm still learning, and I've been told many times by many friends and my boyfriend and all the people close to me that self-care is important, self-care is crucial, and you are useless if you don't take care of yourself. And I preach that daily to people, but I don't do it. So I'm learning how to do that, and I'm going to do it, and it's gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. I have the necessary tools. I have the medicine. I have the support group. I have the therapy. I have the ambition. I have the will. I can do this. It's a little bumpy right now, and that's okay. Bumpy's fun. Off-roading's fun. We're going to get back on the highway soon. Soon I'll be able to turn on cruise control. Right now I really got to white knuckle it a bit, but it's okay. Just like life, there's bad parts and good parts. My father always says life is feast or famine, and it's a famine right now, but the feast is coming. It has to come, and it's going to be better. And I'm excited to share that with the people that I love when I get to that point. And you, of course. So, that's going to be it for today, because I'm currently cooking dinner and I can smell it, so it's making me nervous. Share your love and share your shit. Talk about your feelings. Be good people. Make good choices. Thank you for listening.